All right. I'm making these videos because right now it's not easy to be a Bengals fan. I get that. It's even harder to be a Bengals fan when all you hear from people is fire Zach Taylor, bench this guy, trade that guy, get rid of this dude, whatever. That's all we hear right now, especially in this subreddit of the Bengals. So I want to actually come in here and teach a little bit about football and about the Bengals themselves because I watch the Bengals every single play, every single game. I'm a season ticket holder and I know football. What I want to do with this quick one, I apologize for my voice. My voice is gone. I've been sick the last couple of weeks. So I want to take this quick shot here and show you what I'm planning on telling you guys and how I'm going to tell it to you. So the first thing we want to do is talk about how you actually watch football and how you watch film and understand things. So the first play here we have against the Steelers, we have a Joe Flacco pass to T. Higgins and it's incomplete. This is the all 22 shot out here. This isn't what you see on TV. On TV, also, I'm not making this high production. I'm just doing this right now, and maybe I'll make high production later. I don't care about likes, views, or any of that kind of crap. I don't want to make a living at this. In the TV film, you'll probably be watching right about here inside this box I'm drawing. They might then zoom in on the ball as it's going through the air and show you just this piece as it's landing, and all you see here is you'll see T. Higgins this way, and you'll see the ball falling over here, and you won't really know why. So that's this. We're looking at the all 22 here, which shows all 22 players. Unless you're a ref, then you're talking about all 29 because you guys care about your 7 zebras. So we're going to talk about how that play happened, and then this is called a tight view. And basically, what this is you're looking at what happens in the offensive defensive line or the box. So the box being defined as usually you could say from the tackle to tackle, but you can define it however you would like to as an offense. It's up to you and your terminology. In this case, with the two down, hand on the ground, tight ends, I would consider the box to start here and way over here behind Watt. So you would count who's in the box, what's in the box, and those kinds of things. You look at the tight, see the box just shifted. No, they shifted. This is how unprepared I am. I'm just going to talk to you like I'm talking to a friend. The box just shifted. Now we would redefine the box right about here, which is potentially why Joe made that call there. And now you could see the incomplete pass from a different spot, but you could also see what the line did there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to first talk about this play. Here what we have is as Flacco's reading this, he's reading a single high safety. So this would be considered cover one. You call how many ever defensive backs are sitting way back here. Cover one means there's one. If you take that number and put it in a fraction under the number one, every time, cover one, cover two, cover four, whatever, you put a one over it and divided by the cover number. So it'd be 1 divided by cover 1 tells you how much of the field this guy is responsible for. So if there's two guys up here, there'd be a guy right about here and a guy right up in here. That would be cover 2. So you put a 1 over 2 and it tells you that each guy is responsible for half a field. Cover 3, there'd be a dude here, and a dude here. That would be each one is 1 over cover 3. Each one's responsible for a third of the field. That's the first thing I'm going to tell you. Great knowledge. We're really moving now. So what Joe Flacco is probably reading right here is this cover 1, which means a single high safety. This is an empty set, so there's 3 on one side, 2 on the other, and he's seeing all of this right here. Down here, you can see these. I think that I don't know who this is. I'm guessing that's Jamar up there because he's drawing all that attention. But this is T right here in the slot. As T releases, Joe makes the exact read. He sees the safety. He sees T. He's going to throw to the outside shoulder, and the ball lands right here. Here is where the issue came in. You would like to say that Joe Flacco threw a bad ball. That is what most people see because the ball is nowhere near T. When it lands over here, T. Higgins is here. But what actually happened is the safety, because they've got these guys up here, the safety rolls over top. T doesn't see that, and he begins to work his way back inside. So the safety's here. He's been given what's called inside leverage. The guy's trying to force him out, and he took it, and that's fine. But at this point, T's going back in. If Flacco throws that ball to where T is going to be, it will be intercepted 100%. So T needs to continue to work up the field and look over his outside shoulder. In this case, T. Higgins ran the wrong path in his route, and that's why the ball lands over here. If T is out there, he catches the ball out here and he's off. It's just the way it is. So now we're going to go back and look at it from the tight perspective. What are we seeing here? Again, we're just talking about the box. The Bengals may have had this as the first play call, and there was something else on, and that's the game within the game. This could have been just a setup. We set this formation up, and then we call a shift, and everybody does their thing. As a sports fan, you will never know the answer to that. You can listen to talking heads tell you all day long that Joe Flacco saw a heavy box, so he sent out these two guys, and that's why he did this, and they have no freaking clue. And I can't stress that enough. I am making guesses because I don't actually know what these guys are trying to do. I'm not in the huddle. I'm not in the film room. I am not listening to the play call. None of us are. So all of the analytics are best guesses. So that's what you really, truly need to understand. After this shift, we go from a big formation to an empty formation. So that must have been Jamar over there in the corner because those are two tight ends, and that's why they brought it out. Now, at this point, you see this. We can see this single high safety, which we're fine with. Right now, I know what's going to happen. So I'm not worried about, in this tight view, looking at what T. Higgins did. Now I'm taking my attention to what the offensive line is doing. This is all of my attention is going to be on these guys here and plus TJ Watt, JJ Watt. I don't even know which freaking Watt is on the damn team. So you're going to hear me use numbers just because of that. Orlando Brown Jr., I can't remember who 66 is off the top of my head. Whatever, 66, 74. One of them is Jalen Rivers. The other, I think that's Rivers. That's, whatever. I got a TBI. I don't know things well. Anyway, as we watch this play happen out, or as we watch this play progress, we're looking at what the technique is for each lineman, and I'm looking at it slowly. As I'm watching film, the first thing I'm doing is I'm looking at the first step for all of the guys. Where did they step first? Where are their eyes? You can see each helmet showing you where they're looking. Orlando's looking there. 66. God, I wish I remembered. Ted's engaged, so his head is where it should be. I think that's Rivers. He's engaged. You can see Mims is looking at the Watt, whichever one it is. You can see where their eyes are. So that's one of the things you're looking at when you're watching offensive line film. You're then looking at what each player's doing as they're stepping. So let's look at Teddy. He's square. His hips are aligned to the player that's in front of him. His shoulders are aligned to the player in front of him. He's got good hands. He's got good inside hands. He's doing this kind of thing. The kind of things that you want in order to hold up against a big, fat guy pushing with everything. These are all huge, strong guys. You have to understand that. Out here with the Watt, we know he's fast. We know he's squirrely. Look at Mims. Mims is square to him. He's got a good base under him. He's looking right at whichever Watt that is. We'll just call him 90. I don't care. You can watch, if you're watching on the right side there at Mims, you can see as he goes to make contact, Watt there wants to get his hands out of place. And Mims swipes down to when you get this. I think he was going for a long arm. Again, it's just it's a question. I don't know what he was actually trying to do there, Watt. So it's the best guess. And I see Mims swipe his hand down. If you've seen that dip and rip people are talking about a lot, you could see that he's going low to try and get under him. That swat of his hand as he bangs it down actually changes the physics of 90's body. As he smacks it down, his body sort of rotates more forward. His chest goes more to the ground, and that's not what he wants. So it actually throws off his pass rush. You can see that his feet are no longer where he wants them to go, and they're now reacting to where his body needs them to go. Great job by Mims. I wish he didn't flip his hips so quickly, but it is what it is. We're going to come over here now and look at 66. He's doing, oops, didn't mean to do that. He's doing what's called a third eye. Okay, so we said we're looking at where his eyes are. This hand is up to see if he needs to assist Ted. What should be happening here before the play, and you see guys will be pointing all over the place. Don't get me started on Orlando yet. We'll talk a lot about him. You see guys pointing. You see guys talking. You can see Ted Karras even looking over here at the A gap. These two offensive linemen are worried about where this dude's going to go. We have a potential pass rusher in number 6, and 56 is definitely coming. That's going to happen. So right now, the communication is with this side of the line, saying who's got what and how they're going to deal with it. Because he might stunt that way, he might stunt in around here. These guys might go out this way and then up here, and he might come around. And we need to know what all of our assignments are. So that's why we're talking. Let's go. Here we go. Yeah, where'd it go? There we go. All right. So as the play begins, you can see Orlando Brown. He is definitely focused in on number 6. His head is looking over there. He's looking through 56. As he goes, you can see his head continues. Where your eyes are, your body will go. It just happens. So 66 is looking at this guy. He's got his third eye out, which means if this guy spikes back this way, he will feel it. And if Ted Karras needs help, he'll look to see if Teddy needs help, and he will give the assistance. Offensive line, you always block inside out. The reason you block inside out is that is the quickest path to the quarterback. The quickest path is the shortest distance. So we're looking at this now, watching Karras. He doesn't need his help, so his third eye goes away and he engages here. Watching the step now, as he gets ready and continues to engage, he leans. He doesn't keep his back square. You have a square up back. You have this up here. He is leaning. When you lean, your body weight goes forward. As your body weight goes forward, you are susceptible to this spin. He falls right off of him and has no chance to get there with him. We see that? That's what we're looking for when we're looking at offensive line film. So this is just how I'm watching things, what I'm looking at. That's what this first, holy crap, that was 13 minutes, was explanation for. Again, when we're in the tight, we don't care about what's happening there. There goes my wife texting me. Congratulations, I am not editing. Here, I don't remember what this play is. I think this is the third down. And why are you out of the spot? There we go. I total professional caliber stuff going on right now. So we're going to look at the wide. We have an empty set. We're looking at all of these guys. Again, we're in cover 2 here, so we're dividing the thing by 2. Each one of those guys is responsible for a half the field. Not going to worry about telling you what all going on up here. At this point, again, as a fan or as an analyst, you don't know why Perine and I think that was Chase, you don't know why those two guys were swapped. It probably has something to do with what they saw in film the week before. We don't know. Don't guess. Here's the play. There's what we get. This was third down, and what was that? That's about 6. This was 3rd and 6, and the throw is across the middle of Chase. What we as fans like to say was, well, why did he make that throw? So we investigate it. This is what we're doing when we actually think about ball. Here we have a very light box. We're going to watch what happens with the offensive line. I'm just going to let it go at full speed. Joe Flacco has almost no time. That's the problem. Where did the problem come from? Let's count it. 1,001, 1,002, got to throw it. He should not have to throw this ball. Here's our issue. Orlando Brown. As he goes to make this kick, he's just so, I'll break down his stance another day. It's just so crap. He's so slow. He doesn't stay square. You can see his butt is so awkwardly placed that Watt has just this ability. I think that's Watt. Whoever this guy is has the ability to get around him, and he doesn't even have to try. And then the moment he starts to get around him, that's not Watt, that's somebody else. The moment he starts to get around him, Orlando opens the freaking gate and says, hey, go ahead, have a free shot at my quarterback. I'm just going to barely get anything on you. Like, there's no chance that Flacco has anything else to do. If Flacco has an extra second, not bad words. Look, we got, I know his name. Andre is up there, he can catch the ball on this. This is a play that could be thrown over top. But we have no time. Flacco's got to get rid of the ball. He has to. And he's got no shot at trying to figure out what's going on there. That's what we're looking at, guys. So let's go through this real quick. Defensively, same thing. You know what? I'm going to split this up into 2 different videos because 15 minutes is a long damn time. We'll be back.